Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about terrifying experiences involving
ticks.
So Kathleen and I do a lot of exploring around Missouri because there's honestly not a lot of things to do, so we explore a lot.
Yes. And tick-infested places! Woohoo! Tall grass.
Oh yes.
Forests.
So we go through a lot of forests, we go through a lot of tall grass areas, a lot of fields, different places like that, and so we often get a lot of ticks on us, and we both have a fear of ticks. And when I mean fear, I mean a you see one, you scream, holler, pee your pants kind of fear, okay? It is terrifying.
And that's an understatement.
Yeah. Seriously, you have no idea. So my first terrifying experience that I had with ticks was when Kathleen and I did a photo shoot one day, and I was just driving back home because we were done with the photo shoot, and all of a sudden Kathleen goes, Jesse, you got something there on your shoulder. So I look, there are freaking ticks crawling on my shoulder, crawling up on here. So I jump out of the car and I'm like screaming and I like fling the ticks off of me. And,
I feel like you're flinging ticks at me.
Flinging them on you. So that was my first terrifying experiences with ticks.
Okay, my first awful tick experiences, I had a few as a child that just kind of scarred me for life. And so I just hate ticks. I'll talk about three, just like briefly. One was my sister got one. Don't know how, but we used to go like play in the backyard when we had woods in our backyard before it was a developed neighborhood. And it was like, we were really little and it was like bath time and she'd had one on her leg, and my mom, which she's crazy, but it's hard to describe, but she, I guess one trick for getting ticks out is to like overheat them, like you light a match and blow it out. And then you hold it up to the tick and supposedly they'll back out. Well, my mom was like chasing my sister with a lit match. Like, come here. And so, needless to say, my sister is scarred for life, but I was just terrified by the whole experience. And then a few years later, in about second grade, and this is awful. This tick must have been in me all day. And I thought I had like, I don't know if I'm crazy, but do you ever get like weird like pimples in the back of your neck?
Yeah.
Like just little like bumps or like irritation, I don't know, or like on your scalp. And I thought that's what it was, and we went to a private Christian school. We had like chapel and stuff, so like during chapel, because I was always so bored, I was like messing with it, and I thought it was like a pimple. It was like awful.
Apparently not.
And I was like messing with it, and it felt like a scab lifting up, but like one part of it was just like stuck. Yeah, this is me with this tick, and I didn't know what it was, and so eventually, like later on, like hours later at recess, I had a teacher look at it, and they were like, there's a tick on your neck, and I was like, what? What?
She screamed.
And I guess it had pulled out, because at that point she said it was just crawling on my neck, and she pulled it off and it was fine, but it had been in me all day, and I was like messing with it and touching it and like ugh. And then my last like childhood one that I can remember, I was at this big 4th of July event that they had like out in the middle of nowhere, and usually there's tall grass there, but they mow it all down for this 4th of July event, but the ticks are still there. Yeah. And I've been sprayed with bug spray head to toe, I'm sure, but again, the back of my neck, somebody said I had a gigantic tick like this big on the back of my neck, and I never saw the tick, thank goodness, but now like every time I go somewhere where I think there will be ticks, I'm always checking the back of my neck, so I'm like, there's gotta be
one there.
And the worst thing is like I have long hair, I think it's gonna get in my hair, and like you can't see the back of your neck, so it's always somebody else tells you.
I had one other experience with ticks besides the one that we're getting ready to tell you. I had taken a nap and I woke up and I was just like itching the back of my neck, and I just like,
I hate this conversation so much.
For some reason I was like, okay, there's something here for sure, and I just like pulled and there was a tick. The most terrifying thing ever is finding ticks on you, let me tell you. Which leads us into an experience that we had yesterday. Probably one of the most terrifying experiences we had ever had, I feel like.
Let me just give background story. We haven't done a photo shoot in over a year, and we used to just go out and do photo shoots for fun. Like Jesse would just kind of like get creative, and I love doing hair and makeup, so I would just dress crazy and whatever. So I had gotten in the habit years ago when we used to do photo shoots all the time of literally like bathing. In bug spray, like the deep woods kind with 10% DEET in it, that really no bugs get on you. I was used to doing that, and I would do that every time we had a photo shoot, and I never got a tick, and he always did because he didn't want to use the bug spray. So, but I guess we were both out of practice, so I didn't use bug spray.
Anyways, we had been to several different places, like tall grass areas, like I had said earlier, and fields. And we ended our day at a forest. Didn't think much about it. We were just walking around the forest, taking pictures. Exploring. So we're driving home. And we get to this neighborhood that's really close to our neighborhood, and I feel something on my leg. So I'm like, okay, I know this is a tick. Like, I know it's a tick. So I'm like, okay, Kathleen, I'm gonna pull over here because
I was just sitting there like, all right, do what you gotta do. Just pull over.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's fine. Just, you know, pull over, take care of it, whatever. So I pull over on the side of the road, and I get out of my car, and lo and behold, there are ticks crawling all over my leg. Like, not just the big ticks, baby ticks. The baby ticks. There's obviously a mama that had some babies all over my legs.
Yeah, I googled it, just so you know, because I'm weird. And they're like called seed ticks, like those are the baby ticks. And their mom lays like thousands of them. And we stepped in one of those like nests of thousands that probably had just hatched. So then, I get out of the car, I was like, well, I guess I better check myself too if he's got all these ticks on it. Mind you, we're like in the middle of the road, just like pulled over. In
a really nice neighborhood.
Really,
as well.
like, really posh, fancy neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I get out and I'm like frozen in fear because I see them crawling all over my shoes and I'm like, Jesse, they are all over my shoes. You like take charge of the situation, you're like, take off your shoes, take them off.
Well, I'm still getting them off me. I'm like, okay, give me your shoes, let me take it off. Let me get these shoes.
And then I see them like on my pants, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I probably flicked like 1 or 2 off, maybe 10 at the most, because I just like I can't do it. I was like frozen in fear. And so Jesse's like, okay, take off your socks, like take off all your shoes and everything, because I had like pants on that are like a mix between skinny jeans and leggings. They're not jeggings, but I don't know how to describe this. Whatever. They're like really tight pants. So I didn't think that I really had any on me. I thought I was like good to go, like hiker gear. So like take my shoes and socks off, and we're like standing in the middle of the road barefoot.
Screaming and literally on the verge of tears, basically, because we both hate ticks so much.
I don't know how I wasn't like sobbing.
But she had them all over her jeans, like more than I did probably. Like I was pulling off, like I probably pulled off about 30 of the big ticks, and I don't even want to know how many of the tiny ticks that I was just like.
No, I like lost track after like 20. Like looking at, I stopped looking. Jesse like, I had my pants. Okay, because I'm short. My pants were like too long, so they bunch up at the bottom.
I like pulled it down. Tick just like starts spreading up her leg. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not happening to us right now.
When the first time he did that, and his like expression was like, oh my gosh.
I was just like, stand still. Do not move.
I was like, I started freaking out. Like my heart is racing. I am like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Okay, we're in the middle of the road. We're screaming. There are people driving by watching this happen.
I'm doing this, I'm like, Jesse, I can handle it.
We're screaming, I'm like almost crying because I hate ticks so much. I know I'm dramatic, I don't care. I can't imagine what people were thinking when they were driving by because we probably looked like we were on drugs because we were just like attacking our legs, like getting these freaking ticks off of us. I was attacking Kathleen's legs. And Kathleen like lifted up her shirt, there's like a tick crawling on her. She's like,
yeah, I was like, I don't know what to do. I feel like they're gonna be all under my pants when I take my pants off at home. And so I like lifted my shirt and there was a huge one on my stomach and I was like, Jesse, get it, I can't touch it. Jesse's a champ. He got all the ticks because I was standing there like frozen. I was like, and he was like, took charge of the situation. I was like, get in my car, we have to go. I was like, I can't do it, I can't get in that car, I can't.
I was like, shut up and get in my car.
So I like
now.
I get in the back seat because I don't want to touch anything I've touched before.
Yeah. And
then we get to my house and we like get out and just get more ticks off us because we had been standing there so long that the ticks we were flicking off were crawling back on us.
Yeah.
And I've never seen so many ticks in my life. Like mind you, I have a heart attack when I get one.
Yeah.
And I had about 50 or more. Like I think more than that. Like
there was so many. I can't. I lost track after like 15. I was just like, oh, okay.
I'm lucky most of them weren't on my bare skin.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know how you did it.
I had 4 that were like on tack to my leg when I went home to shower. So.
Yeah. When we got to my house, Jesse like literally, I was so like in shock. I couldn't do anything. He was like, go change your clothes.
I was like, go inside. Change out of your pants, put on something else, and bring out your clothes. I will check your clothes for you. She's like,
and then like
okay.
He's checking my pants that are now inside out, so whatever ticks are on the inside of it, and he's like, don't look.
It's like, look away, just look away.
And I thankfully like I didn't have any on my body after that. I had flicked the ones off my feet, but like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And like I didn't want to touch any of my stuff and Jesse's like taking it out of his car, like kind of checking it. I'm just sitting here like, Jesse, I can't
take these clothes inside, I can't do it.
Obviously, I'm not good at a crisis situation. Nope.
So yeah, we both basically had seizures. I went home that night and had the hardest time falling asleep. I woke up probably every 30 minutes just like itching, like feeling like I had ticks all over me. It'll probably take me a while till I'm cooled off with the situation because it was seriously the most terrifying insect experience I've ever dealt with, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but
I feel like in my mind, on the bright side, the silver lining, I'm like, I will never have that many ticks on me again.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Where's this wood at?
I will never see that many in my life again, I don't think.
Hopefully not. Alright guys, you guys should let us know down below if you've had any terrifying experiences involving insects or ticks. Preferably ticks, so we know that we're not alone. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow with a new video. Also, go check out Kathleen's channel if you haven't.
The channel?
Her channel. Bye!